I feel like it's been forever since I recorded a YouTube video. I couldn't fall asleep last night even though I said I was tired, so we're just gonna drink some sleep tea. Y'all, I had this dream last night that Taylor Marshall and Alex Delzer came to Chicago and they played a show at the Roxy in Lockport where so many phenomenal artist friends have taken the stage. Truly a dream, and that was a pun intended. But I woke up to pictures and videos and a sticker and a t-shirt, so I think it actually happened. But before we get into the dreamy night, I want to tell you how I dreamed straight to this night. It all started in Labor Day when Jack texted me that he was home from Minnesota and home from Taylor's release show. Later, I was in the fabric store with my mom tagging along on our shopping trip when Jack was texting me and telling me how he's trying to get Taylor to come to Chicago to play a show so that he can grow his fan base. It was a couple weeks later that I was texting Jack and on FaceTime with Jack and Grace trying to plan something else when Jack randomly kept saying, make sure you're free on 11-12. What's happening on 11-12? Either Taylor is coming to Chicago or Jack's planning an epic birthday party and for some reason he wants me there. Over the next month and a half, Jack would randomly remind me or ask me about 11-12. I still had a feeling Taylor was coming to Chicago, but Jack would always tell me if Taylor came to Chicago, or not that Taylor would ever come to Chicago, but Jack, Grace, and I actually went to the Roxy in Lockport at the end of September for a dance where we ended up not even dancing. We just hung out in the lobby with a group of friends and chatted. It was that night, one time, when Jack excused himself and was walking around the venue taking a video. Definitely Taylor is coming to Chicago. That's why Jack is taking the video. But it was the very beginning of October that I had the most mild nightmare that Taylor came downtown Chicago. I brought my family, but Taylor played all covers and songs that we didn't know. Low-key, I felt so let down, and I let my family down, so we left immediately after the show. But we were walking around and I get a call from Jack, who was on speakerphone in front of Grace and Taylor, asking where I was and if I wanted a picture with Taylor. I felt so awkward, but how do I tell Jack about what's going on and about my feelings? I kept thinking what the dream could mean, and after FaceTimes with Jack and Grace, planning my belated birthday get-together, and still no information on Taylor coming to Chicago, I told myself the moral of the story was Taylor may let you down, but Jesus never will. Still no Taylor's coming to Chicago when we were at breakfast for my birthday, but Jack and Grace wanted to hear the dream. I kept hesitating telling them about it because nothing was announced that Taylor was coming to Chicago, and Jack wasn't ready to tell me. I ended up telling them what the dream was and what I thought the moral of the story was, and Jack and Grace stayed super neutral about it, but Jack reassured me that if Taylor came to Chicago, he would play his own music, and Taylor would be super friendly, and he'd totally be up for all the pictures and all the conversation. The closer 11-12 got, the more content that Taylor kept posting, the more I had to remind myself about the dream and about the moral of the dream, and how Jack promised that if the original plan didn't work, we would still hang out and we would still make the night special for all of us. So it was Halloween, and I got home from work early, and my brother was doing homework and watching the door for people coming for candy, and my parents were doing their Italian app, prepping to go out of town, and I had just seen this Instagram reel of parents too busy on their phone, their toddlers needing attention, wanting attention, and it was literally me. I just wanted attention and needed attention. And since they were all too busy on their phones and doing this, that, and the other, I should have just introduced my whole family to Taylor's song, Bad Romance. It was then that I picked up my phone to texts from Jack with flyers, with links, and a text that said, "See you at the Roxy." And that was it. This is what was going to keep me entertained when my family was busy and distracted elsewhere. It was going to keep me entertained running around the house trying to find my wallet so I could get my debit card and literally shaking trying to buy that ticket. A week and a half later, And hours before the show, I kept refreshing Instagram, waiting for somebody to post. And when Taylor, Alex, Jack, and Adam started posting that they were at the Roxy, it was then that I started getting starstruck. But driving to the Roxy, I had to turn my prayer and my affirmation into a line from one of Alex's songs. It's all gonna be fine. I didn't want the anxiety from the morning to affect my show experience. Another spoiler alert, it didn't. During Taylor's show, there was a time or two that I thought of the dream that I had back in October. Just completely in awe that Jesus didn't let me down, and Taylor and his performance didn't either. And Jack was right. Taylor mostly played his own music, and he talked to me a lot. After the show, we were getting ready to take a group picture with everybody who was left after we were halfway done cleaning up. And my favorite part was when Alex was on Jack's back and they were doing squats. But now I want to play 2 games and tell you more about the show. So one segment is going to be mini regrets, and the other segment is going to be called You Know You Made It When, aka I'm Not Worthy. So let's start with mini regrets so that we can end on a high. I regret I didn't jump in and party during jumping in with the boys. I regret I didn't introduce myself to Taylor's dad. And then to piggyback off of that, I regret that I didn't tell someone that I wanted Worship His Life podcast to come back. And in my defense, I was just looking up content for Jack's Scavenger Hunt playlist, and I was looking up that and I found that podcast. And now I've been listening to it. I regret I didn't wish Jack a happy early birthday in person. I regret that I didn't use the $1 that Jack randomly gave me for no reason for Taylor's merch. When Taylor was packing up the trailer, he was very appreciative for everyone helping him, and he was kind of like in the trailer, so I didn't like catch all of it, but I thought he said, guys, I wrote a song about this and it's called Me and You. So I regret not singing Me and You to Taylor and everybody else in the area. I regret not being obnoxious, asking for another picture because Taylor threw on an Arbor Road hat. So at the end, me, Taylor, and Alex were all wearing our Arbor Road hats. I regret not bringing coffee and flowers to Alex and Thanksgiving for everything that he did for The View. And I also regret not telling Alex to get Jack back in the studio so he can make his Arbor Road fans more songs. And I also regret not asking Taylor that when Jack plays at the Roxy, if they could all come down. And now for You Know You Made It When, aka I'm Not Worthy. You know you made it when Jack's mom comes up to you and starts talking about your YouTube videos, and she's one of the first persons that you get to talk to at the show. You know you made it when Grace's mom and dad stop you and they start chatting to you. You know you made it when Taylor and Alex come over to me first, saying hi and starting a conversation. You know you made it when Taylor walks right past you, right before he gets on stage, and he stops, he acknowledges you, he gives you a little side hug, and he's like, Ida, are you ready? And I was like, I'm not ready, Taylor. I'm not ready to be blown away. Obviously. You know you made it when, after the show, Taylor introduces you to his mom and has nothing but nice things to say about you, and that's you're a big fan and you know all the lyrics. And then Taylor's mom gives me a sticker for free so that I could complete the TJM sticker collection. You know you made it when you're appreciated and you're willing to help clean up after the show. You know you made it when Taylor helped you pick out the right t-shirt. You know you made it when you get to be in the small group picture outside at the very end of the night under the marquee. You know you made it when you and Alex unintentionally and unplanned both wear Arbor Road hats. You know you made it when you're told to hold Taylor's to Shirley Temple's. You know you made it when you're being offered someone's leftover pizza. What a night. What a dream. I literally could not stop thinking about it all day today. Definitely helped me get through Monday. And I think either I need to find a way to get myself to Minnesota so that we can all be together again and party and listen to more live music, or Taylor and Alex need to come back to Chicago so that we can all party. Speaking of being all together again, who am I to make suggestions? And you can totally hate on my idea, but at the next show, Taylor, can you play Independence? And at the part where you say, and like I just envision confetti shooting out, and then at the end of the song, the lights go black and the show is over. The show was just for me and everything that I needed. Ciao, babes. Just realized that my stress ball wasn't a part of, it's actually the tape that came off of Taylor's show. So it's a thing that I just like collect show tape, and I do have a little bit on the back of my phone from the tape that the Arbor Road cassette tape was like secured with. But this is from Taylor, and I literally don't know what I'm gonna do with it because it's a whole crumpled ball, and you know what I mean? I tried to kind of break it apart, but I think I'm just gonna kind of keep it in a ball and just use it for sensory and stress, and I don't know.
Is it okay? Play some vocal. Cool. Vocal? Cool, just turn it down a little bit.